In a world filled with noise, spin, and half-truths, one thing still matters: veracity. Welcome to the Brazen Veracity Podcast, where bold conversations meet uncompromising truth. I'm Cisco Valenzuela, veteran, speaker, and your host. Together, we'll tackle faith, leadership, resilience, purpose, and the real-life challenges that shape who we become. No filters, no excuses, just honest conversations that inspire action. This is Brazen Veracity. Let's get after it. Well, it's finally here, the relaunch of the Brazen Veracity Podcast. I hope you had an outstanding 4th of July weekend. Us and my family, my brother bought a new house with a great view of the city, so we spent it with family there. So before anything else, let's go ahead and get into this first episode. All right. So the show is called Brazen Veracity, and here's why. This is what that means. Brazen, it simply means it's bold, it's unapologetic, and it's shocking. It's in your face. It's just deliberate. It's brazen. That's what that means. Veracity, it simply means truth or truthfulness or accuracy, which basically means that we hold nothing back, that we're delivering the hard truths. Why? There is no time for half-truths that make you feel good, because that will only hinder you from becoming who God created you to be. Only real truth will liberate you from the limits you put on yourself and point you in the direction of where you need to go. This makes me think of back when I was young and graduating high school and I left for the military. Funny story was that me and my mother got into an argument about what she wanted me to do after I graduated high school. And she wanted me to go on to college. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I'm sick of school. I didn't even make it on time like I was supposed to. I was supposed to graduate in May, but I was short a credit and a half, so I ended up going another semester to school. I ended up graduating in December. So I looked at my mother and I told her, you know what? I'm a terrible student. There's no way that I could do that, and I already had my mind made up of what I want to do. I've always wanted to join the military, and I told her that's exactly what I want to do right as soon as I graduate. And she had told me, well, if you're going to do that, at least go into the Air Force so that you can learn something and come back with a good trade. But me being the stubborn man that I am, the stubborn kid that I was at that time, I said, no, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to go to the hardest one there is. I'm going to the Marine Corps, right? And so 3 days after graduating, I left for boot camp. I got on that bus to Phoenix. Phoenix flew me out to San Diego, and there I found myself at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. And then reality hit. The truth was I had to come to the reality of myself in mind, body, and soul. Because in boot camp, it's not just the physical. It's not just, the running and the rucking and the push-ups and getting yelled at. And yes, that's a part of it. But that's not all of it. There was a reality that came with a mental toughness you had to develop, a physical toughness you had to develop, an emotional toughness you had to develop. Why? Because they're not building up employees. What they're doing is building up Marines. These are super troops that are meant to take a mission and see it all the way through. And there were times that I had doubted myself when I got there. I saw that how tough it was and the challenges that I was facing. And I even wrote a letter home to my mother one time and told her, you know what? I think I made a mistake. I don't know if I was meant to be a Marine. I don't know if I should be here. And I sent that letter home, and a couple weeks later I got a letter back, and I was excited that I got it back from my mother, thinking that she was going to tell me, it's okay, son. I didn't want you to go anyways. Just go ahead and come on home. But that's not what happened. Thank God. My mother, she said, you told me before you left that you were a grown man and that you were making your own decision. Now you need to stick to your decision. Oh man, my heart was broke. I was hurting. I literally wanted to cry. And if I wasn't in a room with 75 other men, I probably would have. But thank God for that. But thank God for that tough love that she gave me in that moment, because she helped me to develop that within me, that if she had let me come home, then I would have a habit of quitting every time something got hard. But there, right there in that moment, she deposited within me a mental toughness, a spiritual toughness within me, that let me know that I can do more than what I think I can do. So what I had to learn was, to get where God wanted me to go, I needed to know the truth about me. So I want you to write this down. I want you to write down these few points that I got here for you. Okay. First, number one, to be successful, you need to know your strengths so that you can build on them. Like for me, one of my strengths is like what I'm doing right now. I've always had the ability to be able to speak in front of people. I've never had that fear ever since I was in kindergarten, ever since I was in elementary school, middle school, high school. I liked being in front of people. I liked speaking. I wasn't a big guy, so I didn't do a lot of sports. I didn't do sports at all. I did baseball once, but wasn't too good at it. I'm better at observing sports than playing in sports. But what I was good at was being in front of people. So drama class did me well. Drama class is where I excelled at. And I was able to develop my public speaking in that place. Also, some of my strengths was connecting with people. It seemed like everywhere I went, whether it was in school, whether I was riding on the bus, wherever I went, I was always able to connect with people. People always wanted to speak to me. I don't know why, but they always did. So that was one of my strengths in building friendships and building networks. Those are my strengths. So I've had to develop time in building on those strengths. But also, number two, what you need to know is what your weaknesses are. What were your weaknesses? And this is where the hard truth comes in. This is where we really have to face reality. We need to know your weaknesses so that we can work on them. What is it that you have a hard time with? What is it that hinders you? Is it laziness? Is it not having the energy, the drive, the effort to push forth in what you know what needs to be done for you to succeed? Is it procrastination? Is it maybe that you know what you need to do? Is it that you know the steps that you need to take, or you already have a plan, but you're just not willing or not able to put it forth, and you keep putting it off for tomorrow, and that tomorrow has already lasted a month, a year, 5 years, and it's going to get there. You know what you need to do, but you're just putting it off for a better time. I want you to know right now that better time, there is no better time than right now. All right. One of your weaknesses might be the fear of failure. And that's pretty common. We all struggle with the fear of failure. What if I don't make it? What if I don't succeed? I heard a friend many years ago when I was in the military, he said, and if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, right? And not that I promote drinking or anything like that, but there's always that if, we can't live with if. We don't know if it's going to be there or not. What if we turn it around and say, what if you succeed? What if you do well? What if you do make it? Why don't you put the if that way instead of that being your weakness? Number three, you need to face your struggles so that you can overcome them. What is it that you struggle with? What is it that hinders you? I'm not just talking about your weaknesses, but the things that you battle with. Could it be possibly distractions? Could social media be one of your distractions where you intend to do something well, where you have every intention of completing this task, but all of a sudden you get that notification on your social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, or on TikTok, and it takes your eyes off of what you're doing. And before you know it, you want to just look at a notification, and before you know it, you spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, half an hour there, and you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish in the way and in the time that you needed to. Could some of your struggles be insecurities that you have? Could it be things that you're not sure of? Could it be something that you battle with, like the need for acceptance, and that's why you spend so much time on social media and you post the things that you do, and you put it there because you want to see how many times they get liked or how many times they got shared, and that's your Your insecurity is that your need for acceptance, your struggle right there. And that's the difficult part. We have to understand that without coming to this understanding that you will fall into the same rat race of life like many others, running 100 miles an hour and going nowhere. See, we have to understand that motion does not equal movement. It doesn't equal of you going forward. Just because you're moving around a lot, you can jump in place. You can run in place for half an hour and you don't go anywhere. You're just kicking up dirt, right? See, there are many people that stay stuck going to jobs that they can't stand, going from day to day suffering from lack of motivation because they feel that they have no purpose, no direction, and no fulfillment. Mostly because they're settling for something less than what they were meant for. Let that sink in for a minute there. See, the bold truth is that you were meant for more. You were meant for greatness. You were meant to do something that will impact the lives of others. There are people there that are watching you, that are needing you. And you need to know, to be truly successful, you need to really face who you are today to change into the person you need to be tomorrow. Everything that you did in the past to bring you to who you are today is not enough for who you need to be tomorrow. You need to understand that there are people depending on your success. For one of those that are directly dependent on you, like your spouse or your children, and two, those that look to you for inspiration. They look at you, they see you, and they say, if they can do it, then maybe so can I. There's people that are depending on your yes. There are people that are depending on you to go forward. There are people that are depending you to not just stay stuck and settle for where you're at. They need you to succeed because that gives them the motivation, the inspiration, and the example to follow of what success looks like. I want to read to you a quote. I want to read to you a quote that I saw in a movie. Maybe you're familiar with it, Akeelah and the Bee. It was a very cool movie, actually. And there was a quote that Akeelah had to read from Marianne Williamson. And this one really, really hit me, in the heart and made me think about where I am right now. It made me think of who am I to be. And I want to share this with you because how it impacted me, I hope it impacts you. And it goes like this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is your light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That's heavy. That's heavy. So the questions I want to leave you with is this. Why not? And why not you? Once you learn to overcome yourself, you can overcome anything. And that is the bold truth. God bless you. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Brazen Veracity podcast. If today's conversation challenged you, encouraged you, or help you to see the truth more clearly, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, truth isn't always comfortable, but it's always worth pursuing. Live with discipline, walk by faith, and lead with purpose. Until next time, stay bold, stay grounded, never compromise the truth, and never give up. God bless.